Hi, and welcome to my channel on mental health. Now, in the past, our physical health is had more of a focusing towards our physical health rather than our mental health as well. There's a close connection there with physical and mental health. It should be equal, but when it's come to mental health, the barriers have been put up around mental health, the perception of around mental health that is built, the stigma around mental health. So the importance of mental health, the importance there is, like I said, there's a close connection with our physical and our mental health as well. So the focus should be on both. If our physical health gets affected, it connects to our mental health psychologically, affecting us psychologically, our emotions, our feelings, making us very depressed as well. So, and so forth with our mental health. When our mental health gets affected, an impact or an illness, it can affect us physically. The close connection is there. So it's very important to focus on our it's very important, to focus on our mental health as much as we do on our physical health. It would enable people to reach out and get the right out, the support there, because treatment is needed for mental health as well. It should be accepted that treatment is needed for mental health and illness just as much as physical health. We quite easily may go to the doctors about our physical health, but sometimes we take a step back when it involves our mental health, like I said, because of the barriers that have been put up around mental health, how the perception around mental health in itself, when we've all got mental health, our mental health, the reason as well why it's so important, it helps us to function, is our emotions, our feelings. It helps us to build out healthy relationships. So when you have good mental health, you can do all those things. It helps you function. It helps with your mood, it helps with your motivation. It helps our thoughts, our thinking. We can think clearly, when if our mental health has been impacted, it affects our emotions, it goes to our thoughts. It creates added layers on top, sometimes what we do, because we don't know sometimes how to respond to it, or sometimes it could be a natural response to something that has occurred with our mental health, something that has triggered it. So the importance is there, because it can quite easily prevent us from our day-to-day activities, lacking that motivation, the impacts it has on us, and not treated, things get worse over time. Not always noticing straight away. Some things they could be slow to occur, but over time, if it's not treated, we need early prevention. So we need to address really mental health in itself. We need to address the stigma around it. We need to break that barrier, break down that barrier that has been built up around mental health. Because like I said, it's very important. Our mental health is very important, and reaching out for that help sometimes is because of that barrier, the perception of what has been created around mental health, the myths, the myths around mental health, how people have the perception around it, lacking understanding, getting a better understanding of your own mental health, and what your triggers are can help others. It's like tuning into your inner self, how your emotions are, your feelings are, how your mood is, getting a better understanding and keeping a check on your mental health is very important, because it can help with your physical health as well. Because quite often when we lacking with our mental health, when it starts to lag a bit, or if an illness occurs, it can affect our eating. Our eating habits may change to negative habits, poor sleep, or too much sleep. It's getting a balance there, needing that balance, but learning to understand our own mental health can benefit others as well, to help others as well. Being more supportive with other people to do with mental health, just like we do with physical health. It should be equal. There should be equal, and it should be acknowledged, just like our physical health. But through the years, the behaviours around it, it wasn't acknowledged so much. There wasn't much understanding there. That's where the barriers come up, and the perception around it that created stigma. Now all that can prevent somebody from reaching out for that help because of it, and it shouldn't be like that. We should be able to, if we need a bit of support, like from time to time we do, it should be made a bit easier. We shouldn't have to feel like we can't do it. Sometimes it's like I said, the confidence there, like your confidence of how you're feeling. But building a better relationship with mental health, like we do with our physical health, can prevent all that and help with early preventions and with people reaching out and getting that support as well. So our mental health, the importance of it is just like our physical health as well. It's like I had sciatica. Now you can quite easily just think, oh, but it's physical. You don't always think it's going to affect your mental health, but it do. It do. Emotionally, it affects you psychologically. When I had sciatica, it was just so overwhelming, very overwhelming, understanding it all, processing it all. Made me feel low, maybe not really depressed, but my mood, because of the pain I was enduring because of the sciatica, and it affected how I felt, like with my mental health, like very overwhelming. But over time, when I started to deal with the physical bit, I started to cope better with the emotional side of things as well. But like I said, it's a connection there. With our mental health, it can affect us physically, our physical health as well. So it's very important we should need to address mental health and make it, having it, the importance around it. Over time, things have got better, but that barrier is still there. So it needs to be addressed. We need to acknowledge it a bit more, talk about it a bit more. Other people talking about their experiences, which you do get, can encourage others, can inspire others to do the same, to break that barrier and break that stigma. It should be brought into the light. It should be kept in the light. The conversation there should be there all the time, because many people suffer, and it's quite common. Having a mental illness is something that is common. It's not something that isn't very common. So it should be the importance should be there, the understanding should be there. And like I said, keeping a check on our own mental health. We may think, yeah, but we're not suffering with an illness or anything like that. But at the end of the day, we've got mental health. We've all got mental health. And we might not even know. Something may occur. We may think we've got over it. But sometimes it's a slow process. But just keeping a check on your own mental health, your emotions, tune into your inner self and tune into those emotions, those feelings, how you're feeling from time to time can help and help with good mental health, creating a better mental health. We can all do it. We can all do, and it gets a better understanding around it as well, a better understanding with mental health as well. And also as well, people that are suffering, if we can acknowledge it a bit more, we can help and support others a bit more, understand it a bit more, because it is important. So this video was the importance of mental health. So I'm going to end the video there. Please share this video because it's very important, because I think, all right, yeah, it's got better, but there's still that barrier there. It still needs to be addressed more. Things are slowly getting better, but things still do occur with the barrier there, the stigma there. The stigma can prevent somebody that is much needed for some support and help, reaching out for that help. Because once you reach out for that help, that's your first steps towards recovery and being able to recover better, and also as well learn to enjoy and live your life better again, because it is possible. But we need to recognise that our mental health is just as important as our physical health, the close connection there. It should be equal. It should be addressed equally. So yeah, I'm going to end the video there. Please share, and if you wish to subscribe, feel free to, and I'll see you in the next video.